Amer, let's take a look. Sees the kings? The reason why I look like this, let me tell you what I'm thinking. So I'm seeing Amer. Look, I'm paying a lot of attention. You see it here in the corner. I'm seeing Amer thinking. He's thinking and thinking and thinking. I'm like, okay, so what does he think about? Amer is third in chips, I think. And then he basically free bets to more than 3x. That's okay because the stakes are not that big. I was just thinking, when was the last time Amer was free betting? And then I'm thinking, I can't remember the last time he free betted. I'm not even sure if he free betted this game. I just can't remember. And then I'm thinking, would he bluff? I give Amer ace 5 suited or ace 4, for example, as a bluff. And I think I don't, especially also because of ICM. I don't think this is ever a bluff. And I think with ace check offsuit, I'm always behind. And that's why I'm folding. So what I'm saying here is, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 people are paid. But what I'm saying is, because I couldn't remember the free bet, and it could be coincidence. And this is, by the way, true for everyone here. Try to have also bluffs in your free bet range. Because I'm just thinking here, that's why my face is so tense. The sizing very large. He's out of position. It's basically all in on the flop. But I think if you make it 15k, it's also all in. To be honest with you, which sizing can he choose? 10k? With 10k, I have to call. I like 15k, 14, 15k. I like the bigger sizing. 12k is nearly too cheap out of position. I don't know. But then, Kieran, if you say 5 big blinds, I have to call everything because the odds are just too good. In position, let's put the sizings on the side for now. The key point here, and this is just why I'm folding, the key element is here, I couldn't remember a single hand of Amer that he free betted, which tells me either he was just unlucky and he didn't have good bluffing hand, which could be the case. It was just one sit and go. Or Amer doesn't have enough bluff free bets. And that's why I'm folding here. And to be honest with you, even if you would make it a little bit smaller, I'm not sure if I would still fold because I couldn't remember a single hand that he free betted. And if a guy doesn't free bet a lot and then all of a sudden he free bets, my alarm bells ring and I'm folding. Amer, I know you do a lot of study work and maybe this was very unlucky, but take a look at good bluff free bet hands pre-flop just so you can use them in different games. You free bet, you could have a shit hand or a good hand. You don't have to. It's the same now if you think there's no free bet bluff. Yes, exactly. I don't know about the sizing. I think we all have different opinions here. I would make it 15, 14, 15k, a little bit smaller, but I don't think it makes a difference if I bet 16.5 or 15. So I keep this to the side. For me, the key point was I couldn't remember a single hand of Amer when he free betted. And by the way, that's why I'm talking about table awareness. This is what I mean, because with Bar, for example, Bar is playing a game with successful and rich people, and he says they play crazy and they also PLO. It's like a private game. I'm not even sure if I am allowed to say that. Sorry if I don't. But he's playing a game with very, very rich people, and they just play crazy hands. They're like, oh my God, pot with shit hands. PLO, don't even know the rules properly and just play crazy. Especially in those games, you need table awareness. If a guy who is never free betting, then he free bets, you're like, that's value. Then he has a good hand. But if there's a guy who's just free betting every shit hand that he has, he doesn't even look at his cards properly, then you have to be careful. There was a story, just to tell you how important table awareness is. Bruce told me that since he joined the coaching, he's paying way more attention on the table. And he said there were 2 situations that blew his mind. The first was that it was a cash game. He was under the gun or something like this. It was raise, he folds, and so on, big blind calls. And then there was a guy who was sitting like this all the time. He was not in the hand. And let's say on the right side of the table, it was like, I think, under the gun raises, under the gun +1 calls, everyone else folds. And this guy is sitting on the left side. Everyone is watching the board. And this guy is like this, going closer to his neighbor. And all of a sudden, he's grabbing over, takes the chips from his neighbor, and put this on his own stack. No one saw it. No one except Bruce. Not even the dealer saw it. He was literally just grabbing the chips and putting it on his stack. And Bruce was like, what the fuck should I do now? No one notices because everyone is on the phone or just on the board. He was waiting until the guy who just grabbed the chips stood up, and he went over to the guy and he said, hey man, I just saw that you grabbed the chips from your neighbor. Can you give it back? I have to tell the manager otherwise. Oh yeah, sorry, stupid. And he gave it back. That's crazy, just to see how people don't even pay attention. And the second situation was there was someone, he didn't look at his cards. This guy, he was just drunk and he was just raising without even looking at his cards. No one was seeing this. He was just like, raise, throwing the chips in. One more beer, please, madame, 1 beer. And then the flop, and he is just like, bet. And he's like, what the fuck? This guy doesn't even know what he has. So you also want to be aware of this. And you can only see this with table awareness. And that's why going back to the last hand with Amer, for me, this was just pure table awareness and just an exploit default. Philip says, depends on how VIP thinks about his hand. Some flats with premiums, because don't want to get fold, just free bet with favorite hand, like birthday 6-2 suited. In my local casino, there are also VIPs at cash game and they raise blind. Yes. I mean, you want to see this. If a guy looks at his cards or not, there's a big difference in his range, obviously. I hope you know that.